Greetings and salutations. Today we are diving into a review of the 2015 Indian Roadmaster, Indian's answer to the Harley Ultra Limited, and also the bike that I rented on my trip to Texas. On today's Graybeard Biker. Now, like I said, like many of you know, I went to see a friend in Texas, and while there, I wanted to rent a motorcycle so that we could do some riding, get to see, the scenery of Texas and figure out what the roads were like there and that sort of thing. Sounds like a good time, right? Now, I used RiderShare as the place to rent the bike through. Now, I've got a review of their service, which I'll post a link to at the end of this video. So, for now, let's talk about the bike. So, the 2015 Indian Roadmaster is the upgraded, fully loaded version of the Indian Chief. You know how car manufacturers do that. They have the main and then they have the luxury model. This is the luxury model of the 2015 Indian Chief. It's their top model. It combines classic American touring aesthetics with modern day performance and comfort. So let's start with the heart of the beast, the engine. Under the hood, or should I say under the tank, we have the Thunderstroke 111 V-twin engine. This engine churns out 119 foot-pounds of torque at 3,000 RPM. So it was not missing the necessary get up and go. Another feature that it had that really stood out to me, it had an adjustable windshield, literally an electronic adjustable windshield, so that I could angle where the wind was going to hit me. So, which is really good, depending on how fast you're going to be going, depends on how much wind you want to hit you, right? Also having to do with the rain, that sort of thing. So it was a really nice feature, and I haven't seen that before. So that was a cool thing. It also has heated seats, standard, which was pretty cool. The other odd things, it had, I guess a lot of new bikes have this now. It has a keyless locks. So it has that push button. My bike, the Road King, is a 2015. I've never driven a bike that has this. Harley probably has it by now too, but it was new to me. I felt like I was on a Prius or something until we got the engine going. So let me go ahead and throw up, here's the spec sheet for the bike. Feel free to pause at any time if you want to know some detail about it. But I'm going to compare it to its Harley equivalent of the same year, which again means comparing the 2015 Indian Roadmaster and the 2015 Harley-Davidson Ultra Limited. Now, I normally stay away from bikes like this because I don't care for the big fairing in the front. Now, let me explain. It is extremely utilitarian, functional. I get it. All the storage up there, a place to house your radio, the speakers, it's awesome. I get it. I just can't get over the aesthetic. Just not my preference. Don't like the way it looks. So I've never considered even buying one of these. I have rented them. I had the Road Glide that I rented when I went to Tallahassee one year. That video is going to be right here. And it, of course, had the fairing on it. The Roadmaster had the fairing, and the Ultra Limited also has the fairing. But that to say, these are not the standard sort of bikes that I get. So, Ultra Limited, not my thing. I have the windshield on my Road King, and I took it off. But both of these bikes are made to represent American touring motorcycles with luxury, comfort, and performance. So, we're going to do a one-on-one comparison of some of their key features. Number one, I've already mentioned the Roadmaster, 2015 Roadmaster, has the Thunderstroke 111 V-twin engine, which delivers 119 foot-pounds at 3,000 RPM. Harley-Davidson They have the twin-cooled high-output twin-cam 103 engine, which only puts out 105.5 foot-pounds of torque at 3,750 RPM. So the Roadmaster has higher torque, which means that it's going to provide a bit more pulling power. Now, transmission-wise, they both have 6-speed transmissions. Brake-wise, they both come with ABS brakes. Chassis-wise, the Roadmaster is built on a cast aluminum frame. Okay, so it is lighter. It's strong, but it's lighter, which kind of enhances its handling and ride quality. Whereas the Ultra Limited has a heavier steel frame, which is extremely sturdy, but a little more cumbersome in tight corners and that sort of thing when compared to the Roadmaster. One of the things that I noticed immediately was how light this thing felt compared to my Road King. Now, it could have just been a feeling. I haven't looked at the specs of the Road King to see what my particular weight is on the bike, but it felt lighter. Comfort-wise, the Roadmaster had, as I said, a heated touring seat. It also had adjustable passenger floorboards and unbelievable amount of storage. It had like 37 gallons worth of storage for both the rider and the passenger to utilize. And then, of course, like I mentioned, that power adjustable windshield, which allowed for, electronic adjustments on the fly of wind protection. I could literally put it up further or down further depending on how much wind I wanted. Really like that. Now, the Ultra Limited doesn't have that. They don't have the heated seat, standard anyway. They don't have the adjustable windshield, and they have less storage, I believe. If one of you own the Ultra Limited from 2015 and it has some other kind of storage, let me know. But this would fit like 2 helmets in the back of the trunk. I don't have a trunk on mine either. Again, very functional. Don't really like the way it looks. Now, the Harley does have comfortable seating as well, and it has a slightly lower seat height, right? It does have ample storage, and it has that fixed fairing, which does not move, which, gives stability at highway speeds and that sort of thing. So, technology and infotainment. The Indian Roadmaster has a 7-inch touchscreen command center for all things stereo, Bluetooth, navigation, etc. Well, Harley has a 6.5 screen, so a little smaller touchscreen, but basically the same thing. Both have full LED lighting stock. And fuel capacity wise, the Indian Roadmaster has a 5.5 gallon tank, while the Ultra Limited comes with a 6 gallon tank. So you can see in all of this that they're quite comparable, except for in a few areas, which it actually seems that the Roadmaster wins out. Except for one thing, it's not a Harley. It does not have the Harley rumble. It does not have the feel of a Harley. It feels good, but it doesn't have the Harley styling. So, concluding thoughts on the bike. Both of them offer exceptional touring experiences with their own strengths. The Roadmaster, of course, has more torque, storage solutions, more advanced comfort, whereas the Ultra Limited is a Harley. It has that fixed fairing design, slightly larger full tank, and that iconic Harley-Davidson styling and sound. The sound is pretty noticeable. You might be able to fix that by adjusting the pipes, but it's noticeable. But ultimately, the decision between these two bikes is going to depend on the rider's specific needs, their specific preferences, and of course, brand loyalty. I have to admit, I enjoyed this ride much more than I thought I would. I'd own it. Now, it Again, doesn't have the rumble of my Road King, and I'm not a fan of the way that fairings look, but it was a very comfortable ride. So that's my thoughts. If you have ridden either one of these, put your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you for joining me for this overview. Thank you to the guy that rented the bike to me. I know he is a subscriber and has been hanging out looking for this review. Love your bike, dude. Really, really a good ride for me, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful bike. You guys can see it. So I really enjoyed the bike. I might find some way to try to adjust the muffler system and make it sound a little throatier. That's it. But I enjoyed the bike. If you enjoyed the video here, please give us thumbs up, subscribe to Graybeard Biker for more reviews. And again, let me know in the comments what you think about the Indian Roadmaster versus the Harley-Davidson Ultra Limited. And then I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay free. Keep it shiny side up.